Hey guys, and welcome back to The New Order Last Days of Europe. TNO has made some pretty big changes to the mod since last time I played, about 10 months ago-ish. First off, in TNO it was always very confusing because the Republican Party was the Liberal Party and the Democratic Party was the Conservative Party. But now they've switched it, so the Republican Party is the Conservative Party and the Democratic Party is the Liberal Party. It was kind of unnecessary, but at this point, now that they've switched it back, it's maybe going to be kind of confusing again in the other direction. I don't know what to think exactly. Also, Atlantropa is officially gone. They painstakingly removed every event that referenced it and made the Mediterranean much more realistic. This was a major complaint that people had about TNO back when the mod was first released. A lot of people would make fun of it because of the completely unrealistic Mediterranean thing. I personally liked it and I didn't care that it didn't make sense. Overall though, I don't think many countries have gotten new focus trees since I last played forever ago. Brazil, of course, has their one that I played. I think Mexico? No, Mexico hasn't even got one yet, so I don't know if a single country that didn't have a focus tree now has a focus tree in the past while since I've played this. But some paths in the US have changed. Like, there's no longer the go to Mars space path, which made a lot of people mad, but they've been replaced with some interesting paths for sure. There's going to be new space race mechanics anyways. All these national spirits besides the OFN Unity national spirit, the OFN being our faction, the NATO equivalent in this timeline, they all look new besides that one. The Last Bastion of Liberty, that reminds me of one of my favorite abandoned mods, the Last Bastion mod, where it was the US versus like a communist world. It was interesting, but it got abandoned. Anyways, it looks like we need a lot of hospitals and prisons, so we'll start building hospitals and prisons everywhere in America. We really don't need that many military factories, so we will drastically decrease military factories and increase civilian ones. Okay, and in our weird reversed Cold War, we can now support these communists that are rising up against Japan. I like how there's now this screen with all the party leaders. It looks really intense, like it's some sort of like cinematic thing where he's like holding his glasses all serious. Yeah, this voting interface is very nice. This is probably one of the best scripted GUIs in Hearts of Iron 4 mods. Well, I mean, it's better than anything in vanilla too, so I could probably just say the game in general. Someone or a group of people obviously put a lot of hours into this. It's very cute in a good way. Yeah, we're actually overrunning them. The communists are finally gonna win. Yes, instability within the Dominican Republic. We can start doing secret schemes to oust the president, who's leaning a little bit too close to Germany. Good news. The Caribbean Legion has liberated the Dominican Republic. They're now a friendly nation. You know, I really miss the old Nixon portrait too. The old Nixon portrait made him look a lot more evil and sinister. Now he just looks kind of content. Purple Philippines. I think this is also new. I don't ever recall seeing Purple Philippines before. Okay, here it is. Everybody's favorite mini war in Africa, where we can send volunteers and slowly win after a very long period of time. And Nixon, of course, is resigned now. I like how the event button is him signing his name. It ignites feelings of mild distaste before being filed away. Well, this is crazy. There's like an election day mechanic where you can watch the person win. Very fancy. I like that. Oh, these letters are also wholesome. I know you will make your brother proud. Godspeed. Very cute. Tears blurring the ink. And everybody's favorite president, also with a new portrait too, Robert F. Kennedy. Though this isn't the main president of our focus this playthrough, that'll be someone else. We'll just have to wait a few more years for him. It'll be fast though, I promise. And perfect. England joins the Organization of Free Nations, making our faction very powerful. Also, our president died again. So in comes our main character finally. He's meeting with a certain Nelson Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger who want to be part of his State Department later on. Do some foreign policy stuff. I also like how we can read about all these areas. That's very fun and useful. I can finally figure out what Nebraska is. And there, Philip A. Hart wins. It was an electoral landslide, but the vote counts were kind of close. Britain reunified, which is very good. Rule Britannia, they're a proud member of the OFN, so we definitely support that. France also had a civil war, but now they've joined the OFN too, so We're pretty powerful. Okay, and finally Hart is going to enter office with affection, respect, and esteem, and heart, of course. I really wonder what his predecessor says, though, because they are very, very different people. He just warns about skepticism of the do-gooders in the federal government. Thin smile, concealed anger, yeah. Anyways, now we've unlocked a very long, bright, and eccentric focus tree. The Second American Revolution. Great stuff. But before we get to all of that, we have to fix all of the problems caused by Thurmond. He was not a very good president for the short time that he was. And now we've unlocked 2 new interfaces. This one where we can manage the interstate system, and then we unlocked this one, our urban planning interface, where we can decide how to set up our apartments and our commerce sectors and our lampposts, the all-important lamppost UI. It looks like poverty is widespread, crime is high, homelessness is widespread, society is divided, citizens are unhealthy, the city is inefficient, the budget is in the red, the economy is struggling. Yeah. That's not good. The economy isn't that bad, though. It's been consistently getting better. I guess I probably shouldn't be having a surplus, but besides that, things are fine. What is this country, and how is it so close to us in economic wealth? Also, all of these focuses here are only 7-day focuses. All the ones elsewhere in our tree are all 14-day focuses. Well, I guess there's some 35 days here and there. And a third Kennedy enters the ring. Ted Kennedy is apparently Hart's protege. We'll see what happens there. We are outraged, delegation outraged. Yeah, meeting in Germany didn't go so well. Not very surprising. Anyways, we finished the initial part of our focus tree, going for a well-dialed machine. We'll now do heart and soul. Finally increase the happiness of our citizens a little bit, and then we can start unlocking new lampposts. Okay, here it is. The most important national focus ever, lampposts. We have to get pretty far down in the focus tree to unlock a lamppost, but we'll get there. Okay, we've unlocked a new interface where we need to build the crime bill. The bill is currently insultingly weak. Let's see. Yes, let's build a very evil crime bill. Ban the burning of the American flag. Yes, very patriotic. Great focus names. Listen, Bud. All of God's children. Baby with a hard hat. Kissinger is completing focuses without our approval. That's okay, I guess. I don't really care. And we successfully decolonized all of Africa. None of the mandates collapsed. All the efforts were successful. Okay, I think one of the 4 things here that we can change has been unlocked. Maybe. Yeah, we can switch generic apartments to municipal housing, but I don't really think we need to do that because homelessness is already minuscule and citizens are already happy, so I guess we can just keep with the generic apartments. Once we get to lampposts, we'll get new lampposts though. Hopefully lampposts can decrease poverty and crime. Yeah, I guess if the lampposts are brighter, that might dissuade some criminals, potentially. Maybe. So this is a really complicated situation, which is obviously a bug. This wasn't intended. In the decision menu, we're helping free France, but the French state is in the OFN, which Free France is technically more democratic than the French state, but I don't really know if we should help Free France win a war against the French state. Oh well, Free France is gone. They've been kicked out of Africa. They lost their war against the French state. For some reason, Germany sent volunteers to the French state. I don't know, this is very complicated. The French state definitely wasn't intended to be in the OFN. Philip Hart now has a beard. It's causing a controversy, but I'm not going to have him shave it. It's actually going to decrease party unity though, which is kind of problematic, but he's gonna keep it. We're also gaining intelligence on the Germans through Operation Nighthawk. It's risky, but it's important. Kissinger is doing weird things. It doesn't really matter, honestly. It's fine. And at last, we've unlocked the lampposts, and we will get the ones that do actually decrease the crime rate. I love lamppost UI. It's almost as good as the tower UI from the Malta Tower mod. Now that was a good mod. Okay, and let's send Dr. Kissinger to Japan one final time to see if we can get Hawaii back. Oh, never mind. We were just getting American transit permission to Hawaii, so people in the US can visit visit people in occupied Hawaii, which I think is a nice compromise at the very least. And then we don't have to give up Panama, even though giving up Panama is clearly the right decision. And yay, our plans are going well. Japan likes us. We can now visit Hawaii. Good times. I'm sure we'll get along great and nothing bad will ever happen again. Finally, time to start public transportation initiatives like Amtrak. I didn't even know this, but apparently we've invested into alternate energy, so the oil crisis has been kind of mitigated. And we have so much stability that even that minus 15% stability there doesn't decrease our stability below 100. Oh, and a friendly face. We've established good relations with Yeltsin. Wait, now this is interesting. A slave revolt in the Reich. I don't know if Kissinger did this and he's a genius. He has had us embargo Germany and tried to isolate them, so I'm not sure exactly. Maybe we did it, us and Japan working together. Okay, it's time to get those treaty ports in Hawaii. Relations are so good, we love each other, us and Japan. They'll finally maybe give us our stuff back. Here it is. The treaty ports returned. That's nice. No Hawaii, at least yet. Yeah, we're just trying to still fix the budget and poverty. And poverty is still an epidemic. But you have to ask yourself, poverty is an epidemic, but the citizens are ecstatic. Isn't the only thing that matters citizen happiness? If the citizens are happy with poverty, maybe it's fine then. I'm definitely not just trying to justify the bad situation. And also the oil crisis is over, so that's nice. Our economy is still kind of struggling. Even with civilian and military austerity and all minimum expenditures, we're still making an unhealthy deficit. At least with this deficit and such, our GDP is very high, much higher than any of the other nations. And I guess we better make an effort to tackle poverty, considering that's our only problem. Now that we've tamed crime, we can go back to the generic lampposts. I like how these ones look a lot more, but we really do need the money. Wow, now Philip Hart, he has a great beard. Very nice. I'm glad we didn't make him shave it. I'm very happy that there are Philip Hart beard routes included in TNO. It's a very nice touch to the path. Compared to the political focus tree, the beard focus tree is just unbelievably good. And well, all good things must come to an end, but it is not quite time for the end. President Hart is going to die. He's not going to meet the same fate as the Kennedys, but yeah, still nothing good. We at least have some time left to finish the agenda, and it looks like we unlocked some decisions and he has the ability to resign. Either way, let's see if he can win the election. He should win it easily. Yep, President Hart wins once again, and it looks like Germany won their fight. And all of this is reestablished for them, unfortunately. And never mind, that battle actually is followed by democratic reforms, democratic in quotations. So I'm not exactly sure what these mean. And the military instated democracy in Iberia. That's wholesome. Though they didn't do the side with the OFN focus tree. So I guess that isn't very nice. Anyways, we'll prepare resignation so that he'll be able to resign at any point. And he'll be able to turn it over to Chep, who will continue the legacy of the lampposts. And that's the end of that era. Now we have a Chep. I don't think people really like Chep. It's important not to panic. We just gotta take a deep breath. We gotta assess the situation. We gotta, oh god. Chep isn't like his predecessor. And unfortunately, our good ray of hope national spirit is being replaced with the American malaise, which is the national spirit we start with. If you want to play this path yourself, I highly recommend you do so. There's hundreds of very well written events, and other than that, I think it's a fun path microing the lampposts. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.